Skill 2, using pronumerals in worded problems. In question 4, it says write algebraic expressions for each. What we're trying to do is convert a worded expression into a written expression with numbers and letters. The four main processes we need to use are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. If we look at A, we've got a number that is 2 more than P. So if we start with P, if we wanted to have 2 more, we would use addition, we would plus 2, and that gives us 2 more than P. If we look at E, we need a number that is 4 times P. So 4 times P, we're going to use multiplication. We don't write 4 times P like this because in algebra we don't write multiplication symbols because they look like the letter X. So what we're going to write is simply 4P. Now the other part to this question, it says 4 times P is subtracted from 10. So if we subtract from 10, it means we write the 10 first and then we subtract the 4P. If we were to do it the other way around, it would be 10 is subtracted from 4P, but we want 4 times P is subtracted from 10. So we start with 10. Okay. If we look at I, the product of 3 and P, so the product means multiplication. So again, we're going to multiplication. So let's go 3 times P, and we write that as 3P. Remembering we don't write the multiplication symbol, is added to Q. So we start with Q and we add 3P. And that's our expression for I. Last one, if we look at M, the sum of 2 times P, so again 2 times P is written as 2P, and 3 times Q is written as 3Q. So we've got our two terms there, and our key word is the sum. The sum means addition. So the answer would be 2P plus 3Q. So sum is in question G as well. So sum is addition. If you see the word product, product is multiply. If you see subtract, obviously we're subtracting. More than is addition. Division is divided. And times is multiplication. Question 3 has 4 parts to it. We need to state the number of terms, state the coefficient of the first term, state the constant term if there is one, and state the term with the smallest coefficient. With part I, state the number of terms. The number of terms is easy to count. They're separated, each term is separated by an addition symbol, so a plus symbol, or a subtraction symbol, otherwise known as a minus symbol. So if we look at the first expression, we've got in question A, it's 5x squared plus 7x plus 8. Now every time you see an addition or a subtraction, you know that it's a new term. So that means that 5x squared is a term, 7x is a term, and 8 is a term. So for part I, we've got 3 terms. For double I, State the coefficient of the first term. Remembering the coefficient is the number out in front of the letter. So we're talking about the first term. The first term is 5x squared. The coefficient is 5. For part III, we've got state the constant term if there is one. The definition is over here on the right. A constant is a term that's a number by itself. So there's no letters in a constant. Can we see any terms here without a letter? Yep, the last one here is just 8, so that's a constant. So we would say 8. And the last part, state the term with the smallest coefficient. We're looking for the smallest number out the front of a letter. The two numbers that we've got out the front of a letter are 7 and 5. So the smallest one would be 5. So 5 is our smallest coefficient. And that would be question A done. If we choose another one, let's look at D. We've got 9ab squared, take 8a, take 9b squared plus 4. Part I, how many terms are there? We've got a subtraction symbol, and an addition symbol. So we've got 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, 4 terms. So there's 4 terms in this expression. What is the coefficient of the first term? The number out in front of the letters is 9. State the constant term. Is there a number by itself without letters? Yep, number 4. And the last one, which term has the smallest coefficient? So the coefficients are 9, negative 8, because there's a negative out the front of this 8, negative 9, and positive 4. If we're looking at negatives, then the smallest coefficient is negative 9, because negative 9 is more into the negatives than negative 8. So negative 9 is actually smaller than negative 8.